What's going on, guys? So today I'm out here at Explore USA RV Supercenter in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we're going to take a look at this really cool Rockwood ultralight travel trailer. There are a lot of things you're going to like about this unit, and there are things that you might not typically see on a lot of RVs that you'll see on this unit. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, so as travel trailers go, Rockwood are kind of considered to be one of the better units in terms of build quality, features, amenities, and just overall RV. And a lot of people really like these. They do a lot of really interesting things, such as the torsion axles. They put a lot of really great features into it. And again, they tend to be built a little bit better than what's out there. Let's take a closer look at this one. First, let's start and look at the numbers. So this is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating, relatively heavy, of 9,835 pounds. Cargo capacity is going to be 1,717 pounds. It's going to ride on twin 4,400 pound axles, and it will have 15-inch E-rated tires. So this specific setup, in my opinion, is 3/4 ton up towable. I would not put this behind a half-ton truck. Again, this is something I talk about time and time again. It's not because of the gross vehicle weight rating of the trailer itself. It's because when you have a gross vehicle weight rating at this level, the tongue weight that transfers to the back of your truck is going to be relatively heavy. And because of that, plus the people in the vehicle, the supplies, and everything you have, you are almost always going to go over what the most common half-ton trucks are equipped with in terms of payload capacity. Now, if it's you by yourself, you don't carry much stuff with you, well, you've shaved about 400 or 500 pounds of weight off, and that gives you the ability to haul something a little heavier. So my numbers don't apply to every situation. It's just typically the family of 4 with what they bring with them. Anyways, let's take a look inside of this unit, and then we'll come back out and take a look at the outside. I do like the front electric tongue jack. And this is the Rockwood Ultralight 2720 IK, and that stands for Island Kitchen. So that's kind of cool. You don't really see manufacturers that tell you what the acronym here at the end actually stands for, and I like that they put it there. Let's take a look inside of this unit. I like this friction hinge door, and it's a relatively heavy door. And right off the bat, before we walk in, they have the cool little screenshot thing here, this little arm that pulls the screen door shut whenever you're camping, so the screen door doesn't just flop open like a lot of them do. So that is really cool. They put this really cool little diagram on the side as well that goes over all the different features that they have, such as like the torsion axles, the strut assist steps, the TST tire pressure monitoring system, Goodyear endurance tires that are nitrogen filled, double 30-pound propane cans. You can pretty much just stand in front of this and get all the information you're looking for. Standard features: 190-watt solar panel up top with a 30-amp solar charge controller. Has electric power stabilizers, backup camera prep. They all pretty much have that. It's going to have 12-volt heated tanks. Very nice. Anyways, let's take a look inside and see what it's all about. So right when you walk in, you have your controls right here for the 3 slides. 2 slides that are across from each other here, and then you have one up front. But this has a really cool floor plan, especially for a couple. A lot of people ask me, what's a really good couples towable unit? This is a very good couples towable unit. I'm going to quickly kind of pan around the inside of this unit so you can see what it's all about. Very nice layout. Now the ceiling heights are relatively low, so it would have been nice if they were about 6 inches taller. I can easily touch the ceiling from here. In my opinion, you know, you could probably be upwards of about 6'5" to comfortably walk around in here, but you're going to feel super tall because your head will maybe be a couple inches from the ceiling. All right, let's take a look at the price first. Suggested retail, $56,104. That is actually lower than what I thought it would be. That's significantly lower than what I thought it would be. So the sale price on this unit is going to be significantly lower than that, which means you should be able to get this for a pretty good price if you're looking, you know, to get something that's perfectly suited for a family of 2 or maybe a family of 4. Family of 4, you'd have to convert this dinette into a bed so they can sleep there. These are theater seats right here, and they're electric theater seats. I guess some people could sleep there. But again, this is more ideal for a couple, maybe with 1 child. I really wouldn't want to put any more than that in here if I could avoid it. Got this big blank wall right here. It would have been nice if they did something with this. If they put a mirror or, you know, a picture, something right there, because that blank wall looks a little too blank. Even if they shortened the slides slightly, And they were able to put some, you know, clothes hangers there, or some jacket hooks, just something right there. And then you have nice valances with blackout blinds in place, which is really nice. You have a much lighter, airier tone inside of this as well in terms of the colors and accents, so a lot of people will like that. Then you have this really cool hutch over here. You have some power USB charging, a great place for a coffee maker. Here are all your drawers. Oh, that's cool. So that's a really interesting way to access your trash. And a lot of windows. That's the other thing I'm kind of noticing. You have a lot of light coming into this unit. Cabinets above. This is going to be your pantry right here. A lot of pantry space. If there's one thing Rockwood is absolutely good at, it's giving you a lot of cabinet storage space. Then you have your island right here, and it actually gives you spot if you want to put a couple of bar stools right here as well. So this is a good entertaining unit. Has a Dometic 12-volt refrigerator, which is really nice. Everyone's kind of changed the look of everything. This is a lot more sleek looking than the traditional Dometic refrigerator. Then you have a 3-burner gas cooktop with oven. You have some cabinets above, your vent hood right here, and you have kind of a faux backsplash, which looks really good actually. Nice compact microwave. Lots of countertop space. I mean, you got a lot of countertop space in this unit, which is really nice. Plus nice cabinets underneath the island area. Would have been nice maybe if they put some drawers here on the side, or even some cabinets here on the side as well. The only carpet in this unit is going to be under the slides on both sides. Nice faucet, dual basin stainless steel sink as well. Has a televator, which is interesting. Wasn't really expecting that. So this drops down and you'll have access to your window, and it kind of turns this into an additional countertop space. Really, really wide view fireplace right there. Plus you have your entertainment center over here, complete with 110 outlet. Again, this area right here feels a bit naked, like it needs something there. What do you guys think? And you got about 3 inches of clearance between the slide wall and the wall right here, so you could put something here and be able to close the slide still without contacting it. AC controls and your 30 amp solar charge controller monitor. Let's take a look in the bathroom area. Nice porcelain foot flush toilet, cornered shower, relatively good space. You probably can be upwards of about 6'3" and comfortably fit in this shower. Your head might just be grazing the inside of this skylight area. You won't hit it, but you'll probably go right to the opening there. Nice pantry space. This is a really good area for towels, toiletries, and things like that. Very good space. And these are tempered glass doors as well. You have a nice compact medicine cabinet in here. It's not so compact. It's actually a pretty good size. Plastic sink. I was expecting stainless steel. This would have been nicer if it was a stainless steel sink in this unit. Place for toothbrushes, soap holders, and this is one of the compromises. You get a lot with this unit, but you sacrifice something like a stainless steel sink in here. But you have a lot of space around it. This is likely going to be access to something, not necessarily like a storage area, because I can see some of your plumbing back behind there. So that's not storage, though they probably could have designed it so it is storage. Power connection, again, porcelain foot flush toilet. Let's work our way into the bedroom through the sliding door right here. So it has a very good size bedroom, a king size bed. Another thing I wasn't really expecting. Nice blackout blinds. You have some cabinetry above. This is super cool. We are at the front of this RV now, and you have this awesome window up here. It would have been nice if they had a means of blacking that out, though, simply because, you know, whenever it's, you know, bright in the morning, you might not want it to wake you up, and the pleated blinds just don't do a very effective job of blocking out sunlight. But I do love the fact that it's there, and if you're parked at a really nice RV resort or national park and you want to be able to see something scenic in front of you, that gives you something really nice to wake up to. Nice window right here, more storage underneath. You got some wardrobe storage down here. And then you have a huge storage right here for clothes and other things you might have. Very nice. And then another storage down over here. So you got a lot of storage in this unit. They've done a great job of utilizing the space and giving you more. And the reason this comes out like this is because when the bed slide is in, it tucks underneath. Very, very cool. twin air conditioning units on here. So you have one in the living area and then you have one here in the bedroom, and they are ducted. Anyways, guys, let's take a look at the outside of this unit now. Real quick, in case I miss any of this stuff. Automotive windshield, frameless windows, aluminum truss. It uses 5/8" tongue and groove plywood floor, which is really nice. And it has a painted front cap. Okay, starting from the front, working our way back. Again, you have the electric front tongue jack, two 30-pound propane cans, twin batteries, which are really nice. And those are going to be charged by the solar panels up top. You have electric stabilization on the front and back, 110 outlet, a place to kind of hang either a TV or an outside tray, which is nice. That's your TV cable connection for your outside TV. You have another one of those rails, which is also nice. Place to hang your TV up here. Underneath, this rides on a, looks like an 8" I-beam frame. It could be a 10" though, but my gut tells me it's an 8". Yeah, that's an 8" I-beam. It's reinforced here for the Dexter Torflex suspension because this does have torsion suspension as opposed to typical leaf sprung. It also has Goodyear Endurance tires. So this is all really good from a suspension and tire perspective. You have two awnings. You have one awning right here and you have a second awning right here. That's really nice. Plus you have your outside speakers. This is going to be kind of like a micro outside kitchen. I really like this thick baggage door. It has a cooking area below it, and then it also has a compact refrigerator right there. You have an outside propane connection for your outside grill, so that's a storage area, and then you can set an outside grill up over here. This is going to be the outside of your furnace. It does have a rack and pinion slide over here as well, and you can see the torsion axles under there, as well as the reinforcement on the frame. This is the electronic controls for your back electric stabilizers. All LED lighting. It is wired for a Furrion wireless backup camera, and it does have the 4" tubular bumper, as well as a 2" receiver hitch. Now this is not designed for towing. It actually says not for towing. This is designed for an accessory rack. Basically, if you want to carry bicycles, coolers, things like that off of the back. But you do want to be careful how much you load up back here because it removes tongue weight off of your vehicle. You have a 50 " connection here, outside shower over here. This is also a rack and pinion slide. Sewer connections down there. Again, all frameless windows, which is really nice. Over here, you have the outside of your water heater. All of your connections right here for city water, black tank flush, water tank fill, all of that stuff, plus your cable connections and everything here. Really, really nice. Low point drain to drain out your water tank when you're done. This is going to be the storage underneath your bed. Again, really like the thick doors, love the slam latches. A lot of access to storage under here as well. And there's your griddle, which would go outside, and that's what connects to that gas connection. Anyways, guys, what do you think? I really, really like this unit, and to be honest with you, the pricing was more aggressive than what I thought. So, you know, this is definitely something that is really suitable for a couple who's looking for a good sized trailer, which gives you all the amenities you're looking for, but it gives it to you at a slightly shorter length. Dry weight on this unit's 8,059 pounds. Overall length, 33 feet, 1 inch long. I love how Forest River puts those stickers on all of their RVs. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again very soon.